This problem is on overdue contract. So first of all, there were broadly three varieties under each category. What is either you execute, or you extend, or you cancel. But in overdue contract, it's compulsory that you always first cancel. So let's look at the problem and we'll treat accordingly. So you can come to this problem. Fine. So on 10th July, an importer entered into a forward contract with a bank for $50,000 due on 10th September at an exchange rate of 66.84. The bank covered its position in the interbank market for 66.68. How the bank would react if the customer requests on 20th September to cancel the contract, to execute the contract, to extend the contract with the due date fall on 10th November. The exchange rates for US dollar, the interbank market are as below. Okay, they have given. Again, spot we understand, but spot September, spot October, spot November means expected spot rate. So they're all forward rates. Exchange margin was 0.1% on buying and selling. Interest and outlay of funds 12%. You required to show the calculation to cancel the contract, to execute the contract, to extend the contract as above. Round off the nearest multiple to 0.0025 for the exchange rates. Okay, before we go to the calculation aspect, it's very important you understand the transactions that are taking place. The due date was 10 September, but customer came on 20th September. So he came late. So you're expecting on September he comes, he slowly walks on 20th September. So first thing, what do? You slap him. Why are you coming late? 20th September, 10 days late, and you pay charges for it. We are going to discuss that. So on overdue contract, this due date is over. So overdue. First thing is, it is compulsory cancellation. If you want to extend, a fresh extension, fresh new contract. If you want to execute also, fresh spot contract will happen. Separate transaction will happen. So in case of overdue contract, it is compulsory cancellation. That is first. Second, if you remember, we have discussed for the bank, they transact with the customer, they transact with the interbank market. Now, if they are transacting with them, the profit what bank earns from the customer is what they collect. If it is loss, then they will pay to customer. But it will happen opposite when they transact in interbank market due to request of customer. So if bank incurs any loss in interbank market, they recover it. And if due to the customer request, bank gets any profit in the interbank market, they'll have to pass it on to the customer, which will not happen in overdue contracts. So whatever the profit you're making with the customer, that will happen. Loss will happen. That we don't touch. But what profit or loss is happening in the interbank market, which you would have passed on to customer. Profit you would have passed on to profit. Loss you would have lost to profit. That means you would have recovered. That will not happen in overdue contract. That means loss if you incur, you recover loss. But profit you make, you don't pass it on. Because he come late. He cannot ask, because of me coming late, you made a profit. Give me profit. No, that's not possible. Loss, you pay for it, but profit will not be charged. So that is one point you need to keep it in mind. Okay. So what are the transactions? And this is the only area where the cover rate will actually come into play. So we have to understand here what are the transactions that bank will operate. Let's focus on the transactions. Let's not worry about the amount and the rates. We'll identify that separately. I'll give a shortcut also later. Okay, think from only bank point of view, what and all they should do. As usual, we have to think from what transaction you carried out with customer and what transaction you carry out with bank, with interbank. Okay, if everything happens as per expectation on due dates, you would have entered with customer one forward contracts. Let's say we'll take example of what happening in this problem only. In this problem, it is importer and enter into contract with the bank. So importer has to buy, bank has to sell. So original contract, what bank would have entered into is forward sell with the customer. And with the interbank, it's going to be opposite, with is forward buy. Okay, this was intended. But what happened? Customer did not come on due dates. But you have to honor this. This was cover rate. But you have to fulfill the cover transaction, but customer did not come. So from the cover transaction, you have purchased, forward buy executed. So you will have dollar with you now. What will you do with that? You are supposed to sell it to customer. Customer is not coming. So you are going to sell in the spot market. So this will be sold immediately. This will be spot sell. Okay, spot sell. Now later, if customer comes, you should be ready with, in case he wants. I know it will get cancelled, but still if he wants, you need to have a protection. Therefore, you need to enter into a forward buy. Basically, what you're doing is swap. If you remember, we have discussed this in early delivery also. When you enter into a transaction in the spot market to close off the position with the cover transaction, corresponding contract you enter into in the forward market. And what is the reason behind spot sell? Because you have to fulfill the cover transaction. What is the reason to go to forward buy? To, if customer comes, you should be ready with it. So you're basically forward buy. In other words, you are extending your position, like rollover position, because forward buy was there, he did not come, you closed and you enter into a fresh forward buy. So basically you extended yourself by doing these two transactions. Always remember, swap means there will be two positions. One position to fulfill the customer request, other position to cover yourself in the interbank market. In the early delivery, if you remember, on early settlement, to fulfill the customer, you go to spot market. But to cover yourself, you go to forward market. Here it's reverse. To cover yourself, you're doing transact in the spot market. Then to fulfill customer request, he may come in future, you go for the forward buy. So this is called a swap. Now on cancellation date, on overdue date, on cancellation date, is coming on 20th September. Due date is 10th September. So it's coming 10 days late. So how many days he can come late? Actually, maximum allowed is only 15 days. If it comes beyond 15 days also, on 15th it get cancelled. But in the exam, you don't have to worry about it. 10 days he come late, the contract is going to be cancelled. Now, do you remember the fundamental thing we do in cancellation? Whatever the original contract was there, we do opposite. If you are going to cancel, we take the forward contract for cancellation purpose, or if you cancel immediately, then you do it in spot market for cancellation purpose. Now in this case, he comes on 20th September and cancellation will take place immediately. So what is going to be transaction there? Earlier it was forward sell, and if you want to cancel it, it will be spot opposite transaction, means spot buy. Only from bank point of view. Earlier it was forward sell, for cancellation purpose it is spot buy on cancellation date. And what is this difference called as? On cancellation charges, whatever the amount is there, we call that as exchange difference. Exchange difference. Okay, now the transaction was supposed to be settled on due date on 10 September, but you are actually collecting money from him and all on 20th September. So what do you think extra thing should come for 10 days period? The time value of money, interest on outlay. That's the cash flow what you have. The bank point of view, what cash flow you are taking place. So you don't worry about the forward rates. You focus on the cash flow taking place. So which are the cash flows that is taking place on the due date? That is cash flow which was not intended but is taking place. Spot sell, that is the cash flow you are taking place, and when you execute this forward cover buy, no, that also you out of pocket you would have paid. So spot sell you would have received money, forward buy you would have paid money. So there is a cash inflow happening, cash outflow happening, and you are waiting till customer comes. So on that period you would have lost or you would have gained. Gain you will not transfer, but either way it would have happened. So that difference what you have, the spot sell and the forward buy, the cover rate what you have, this is the only place cover rate will actually be used, only place. That is where you are going to charge interest on outlay. So there are three things we're going to come: exchange difference, interest on outlay, and you get this swap difference. Okay, let me write down in a better handwriting. You can also write along with me now. The same format I'll write, but this one, again, I'm repeating explanation also while writing. But while solving format, I'll give a better format, don't worry. Okay, so bank point of view, you also write parallelly and try to understand, any doubts get clarified. With transaction with customer, with interbank, original contracts, you can just say on due date, original contract due dates. With customer, in this example, it is forward sell. So in the interbank, it's going to be forward buy. So here you will have forward rate, and what was the rate? And here you will have forward buy, that is cover rate. Okay, this is not early settlement. So below that, you will have the overdue, cancellation date, let's say. Okay, now forward buy rate you had, customer, you are supposed to sell in customer, did not come. So instead you are going to sell in the spot. So we will write spot sell rate. Why spot sell? To complete the cover transaction. In the cover transaction, you have purchased forward buy, but you are supposed to sell it to customer. Customer was not there, so you go to market and sell it. Now tell me, this position, bank will be on advantage position, disadvantage position. You are selling in the interbank market. So bank is on disadvantage position. So bank will take advantage only with the customers. But when they go to interbank market, they'll have to be in disadvantage position. It's like a boss in a company. When they're in office, they take advantage of employees. But when they go home, you understand. So in banks will make advantage when with the customer, but this is in interbank market, you're going to suffer loss. I mean, you're going not suffer loss, you'll be in a disadvantage position. We'll come to the trades later. Okay. And then if customer request, you should be ready with that. So you should go for the forward buy. And this is to fulfill, if customer comes, fulfill customer request. If he comes, is being prepared for it. We are just extending our position. Okay, so this is what it happens on the due date. On the cancellation date, customer walks in slowly, so you have to cancel the contract with him. So you are going to enter into opposite transaction, which is spot buy. This is to cancel the contract with customer. Now here what position would you take? Because you are cancelling with the customer, this is going to be a advantage position. And this forward rate and spot buy, this difference is called as the exchange difference. And this forward buy and spot sell, what transaction you are carrying out to renew your position, that is called as swap difference. Forward buy and okay, not this one, sorry, this below. Spot sell and forward buy, this difference is swap difference. And this what contract you are doing, forward buy and then spot sell, the cash flow you are incurring, that is the only cash flow. Rest are all forward contracts. This is the only cash flow which is actual cash flow taking place. So this period you have to calculate, this is the outlay, and you have to charge for this period interest on outlay. So three things you have to calculate. These are the transaction which bank does. Okay, this is okay from conceptual perspective. Yes. But actually, forward sell is not happening. So forward buy for we do spot sell. Correct. And for further we enter forward buy. Forward buy. But on cancellation date, forward sell is cancelled. Correct. This will actually open. This is kept open because you are going to cancel this contract. So this will be in open position. This we are not going to do any transactions. We keep it open. But practically what happens is this calculation is actually a notional calculation. So to charge the money from customer on a notional basis, we are collecting this from him. But actually, we are not entering into this contract as such. So even if you enter into contract, this contract will be there and that will be settled separately. So that we are not going to mix it with cancellation, because that is a fresh contract you entered and you execute separately or you cancel separately. You will not ask customer to pay for it. So you'll keep that transaction out of the overdue contracts. So that contract, if you enter, it will be open. It might be closed. That's a different issue. So that part we are not going to do any calculation. We don't charge with our customer. That will be kept open and handled independently, separately. Okay, so this is okay from conceptual point of view to understand, but presenting an exam, repeating this would be slightly challenging. So I'll give you a slightly better format. Okay, so I'll give you this kind of a shortcut kind of thing, and as you know, all shortcuts are subject to conceptual risk. Please understand all the concepts before applying the shortcut. If something goes wrong, I'm not responsible. And second, these shortcuts you will not get anywhere else. It's an advantage. You will not get anywhere else as a disadvantage. So if you do mistake, you will not be able to rectify it easily. You will not be able to get your doubts clarified easily. So learn the shortcut carefully. So I'll give time to write down. First you understand. The same thing what I've written in a detailed manner, I'm just writing in a columnar manner. And thereby we can build a shortcut. So observe, with the customer original contract, we are entering into forward sell. Cover rate, we are doing forward buy. On due date, forward buy cover transaction was there. We are going to reverse it. So it will be spot sell. And for spot sell, we need to renew our position. So it becomes forward buy again. And ultimately on cancellation date, opposite of original one. So it's going to be spot buy. Okay, this looks complicated, but just remember, this is original. These two are on due date. So two things original, two things due date, and on cancellation one rate. So 2 plus 2 plus 1, like that you remember. Now, how to remember this transaction quickly? Just easily remember. You start with sell, you buy, you sell, you buy, and last one you buy. So you can remember like SB, SB, B, SB, SBB. Like start with sell, buy, sell, buy. So alternate goes sell, buy, and last one again buy. And how are we going to link the two? Just observe. Between first to last, it's basically with the customer. So it's going to be exchange difference. Then between this forward buy, okay, spot sell and forward buy, this is called as swap. And between this forward buy and spot sell, this we are going to charge interest on outlay. You can just say outlay. On this, we are going to charge interest. This is all the format you have to apply in solving problems. So you can just take down this. Import transaction opposed to happen for export. But for so far in examination, only import they have been asking. Export they're not asking. They've asked 3 times in exam. Still, I think people are not getting the answer. So they might ask you again. Anyway, so write down this and you write from beginning to end. This is exchange difference. This is swap difference. And this is outlay, cash flow taking place. And format is sell by, buy. And one more sell is not coming because this forward buy contract what we entered was kept open. Therefore, one more sell will not come. Sell by, buy. SB, SB, B. Okay. Let's identify whether first lower rate or higher rate. Now, when I say forward sell, this is given. So, we don't have to worry about calculation. So, original is given. This forward by cover rate also will be given. On due date, spot sell you are doing in interbank market. So, you will be selling at a lower rate, being disadvantaged position. And forward buy, again you are on interbank market, so you are going to be in disadvantaged position, you will be taking a higher rate. Then spot buy, this is with the customer, therefore you are advantage position, so you are going to have lower rate. The first two will be given as it is. Spot sell lower, forward buy higher, lower. You can remember lower, higher, lower. Let's pick up the rates now. Forward sell, what rate we have given? Starting point only given. Customer contract rate is 66.84. And cover rate also given in the same paragraph, 66.68. On due dates, okay, this we have to identify carefully. On due date means on 10 September. On due date, 10 September. On 10 September column only you look, first column, and look at the spot rate. On 10th September, only this column, and only look at the spot rate. And because you're selling at a lower rate is 66.15. On 10th September, spot rate, lower rate. Okay, so 66.15. Okay, same on same date, on due date, but forward buy, and forward buy by that month end. That month will take it. That is in September only, on 10 September, but month end. So we look at again 10 September column only, and we should look at September end, month end. So spot September, either 66.28 or 66.32, disadvantage position, higher rate 66.32. 66.32. Okay, 66.15 done, 66.32 done. Then cancellation date, we need to have spot buy. So on cancellation date, so that is on 20th September, spot buy. On 20th September, spot rate, buy rate. But bank is transacting with the customer, you will have advantage position. So it's going to be the lower rate, and lower rate is 65.96. $65.96. And one more thing will come here. You will have margin because you are transacting with the customer, and margin is going to be extension of the position. Here you have taken a lower value, lower number, and even more lower because extends the position. That's going to be minus 0.10%. So when you subtract, how much you get? 65.8940. I think we have to round off. The closest number for 40 is 50. Look at only last two digits. 8940, 40. The closest number is 50. So 8950. Okay. So let's calculate all the three. Exchange difference. Difference between these two. 66.15 minus 66.32 multiplied by how many units? The exchange difference 8950. Okay. Starting to beginning, that is 66.84 minus 65.8950. First to last. First to last. Multiplied by number of units 50,000. How much you get? 47,250. Profit, I think. This is the profit made by the bank with customer. So this has to be recoverable from customer, payable by customer, receivable from customer. If it was a loss, you would have passed on to customer. In the sense, you have to collect, you will pay it to customer. Exchange difference, profit or loss will get settled. Okay, exchange difference is done. Second, swap differential. 66.15 is the selling one, minus 66.32 is the buy, multiplied by 50,000. It's a loss, I believe. 8,500 loss. But loss, where are you incurring this? This is the loss incurred in interbank market. And when you are incurring loss because customer is making you do this, customer has to pay for this. So this is also recoverable, receivable from customer. Receivable from customer. Just be careful. Some people may get confused. Sir, first one you're telling loss. First one you're telling profit, recoverable from customer. Second one you're telling loss, that is also recoverable from your customer. What is customer is giving for free? Everything is you're collecting from him. Exchange difference is the transaction with the customer. So profit for the bank, recoverable from customer. But swap difference is the loss the bank is incurring in the interbank market, for which customer has to compensate. What if this was a profit? Normally you would have passed on to customer, but this is a overdue contract. You will not pass on to customer. If this was a profit, bank will pocket it. Bank will not transfer. Just keep it in mind. If this was a profit, it would not have been transferred. So C, I'll write it at the top. Interest on outlay. Interest on outlay. Interest on outlay is the difference between, we have discussed, outlay, forward buy and spot sell. Forward buy was 66.68, spot sell 66.15. So 66.15 is the sale rate minus 66.68 is the buy rate. These two multiplied by number of units 50,000, then multiplied by time period, rate of interest, time period. Rate of interest is 12%. And for how many days? It was supposed to be settled on 10th September, but getting settled on 20th September. So time period of 10 days. Ten by 365. So how much you get? 87? Okay, approximately 87. Again, profit or loss? Your 66.68 buy rate is high, loss. Again, this loss means this is a loss bank has to pay. Bank is losing opportunity cost. It has to be recoverable from customer. If this was a profit, they would not have passed on to customer. Only exchange difference is paid or received, but this one overdue contract, nothing is given to them. So 87, please mention receivable from customer. This is a loss, you have to recover it. Receivable from customer. Okay, so what and all they're asking? You're required to show the calculation to cancel the contract, to execute the contract, extend the contract. Okay, so first we'll do if we want to cancel. If he has to cancel, no choice. Okay, so let's write down the three things what they asked. For cancellation, total charge payable by customer, cancellation. Exchange difference 47,250 payable by customer, swap loss payable by customer, interest payable by customer. So total payable by customer, sum it up, 55,837. Will come. You would have entered earlier only. Whether you want it now or not, on the due date only you have entered into spot sell and forward buy. So that swap transaction took place on due date itself. So this cost is already incurred. That's why. Okay. Then if he wants to execute the contract means first cancellation will take place and execution will take place separately. So first you cancel. Cancellation charges will apply. Then you will have the charges for execution separately. Okay, now this execution contract, where is the contract happening? Between bank and customer or bank and interbank? This is between bank and customer. So again, we stick to the bank point of view. So if he wants to execute, import, customer wants to buy, the bank has to sell. Sell at which rates? Sell at bank is on advantage position with the customer. So it will be at a higher rate. On 20th of September, we are looking at in the spot rate and the bank is having advantage position selling at a higher rate 65.99, and we should also consider margin plus or minus. We have taken a higher rate. To increase it further, we are going to add. So spot sell at higher rate plus margin, you get 65.05599 or round it off. I think you can 0660. I think you better take 0660. So 66.0560. We have to round it off to nearest multiple. 66 points. What is the nearest one? Last two digits only look at it. Last two digits 60. 60 closest is 50. Multiple of 25. And you can multiply by 50,000. 33 lakh 2,750. So if you want to do the total, this execution plus cancellation, this the 55 lakh customer has to pay, this 33 lakh 55,000 customer has to pay, 33 lakh also customer has to pay. So total he has to pay 3358 587. Okay, if you want to extend the contract, there also same process. First the cancellation will take place, then you go for the new contracts plus new agreement. Okay, so new agreement means it is not a spot sell, it's going to be a forward sell. And which month you are going to take? He wants to extend it till 10th November. So we are having November. So we should look at spot November, and we are looking it on 20th September on the overdue date. So between these two rates we have to take. But again, ideally, we should not take a direct rate. We should do a interpolation, because this is on 20th September and forward rate spot November means November end. Nothing is given, we'll always take November end. So from September end to November end, this is the rate. But we need on November, no, we need on November end, but not required. We need on November 10th, not a November end. So we should do that average calculation and all, but not required. Institute also has not done, because this much is sufficient to ruin our life. That and all is again not required for this problem. In any problem in this variety they have not done. Basically we assume they have given the rates for the date we require. We require on 10th November, and I assume this itself is 10th November date, rates whatever given. Safest assumption, you need not specify that. Even the exam they have not specified, you can make it for your reference. So this itself is assumed to be on November 10th. Whatever spot November, I assume it as November 10th. So we'll take between these two rates. And selling at a just like spot rate. Spot rate, what you taken higher rate, because bank is on advantage position, then margin is added. Same thing. So which rate we are going to take? 66.4049, you take higher rate, that is 66.49 plus margin. Add margin 0.6649, I think 66.5565. And what is the closest to 65? Last two digits. 65 closest is 75. And that you don't have to multiply by 50,000, because this I can't do total. This 55,000 takes place today and this takes place in November. So you don't have to multiply by 50,000 and all. You just keep the new rate as it is. Sufficient. A typical problem asked in exams quite a few times. So see if you have any doubts. Which will be limited? Fluctuations will be limited, but fluctuations not really limited. It may not be like it may not be like the way we like 10%, 12% will not happen, but the volume is very high. And fluctuations in a small thing happens continuously. So therefore, and here also brokerage will be less. Brokerage will not be like your equity margin, equity brokerage like 2%, 1%. It will be like 0.10. So you see hardly anything. So the movement in the prices only is giving you a lot of profit or loss, both case. Okay, so let's go further.